The modern world is a stressful place, especially in the city. Lots of people can experience depression from being stressed due to certain issues that take place. What is depression?
I think at its root, depression is sadness that is just hard for us to come out of. It's deeper than sadness. It's something that we oftentimes need professional help to help us.
Well, I think depression it's an illness. It has both a physical and a psychological component, and those things get all snarled up together for people.
Like being depressed, it's like sometimes you don't choose to be depressed. It like depends on like why you're depressed, like what you've been through.
Depression is feelings of severe despondency and dejection.
I think we're all at risk for having moments where we're depressed, and I don't want people to think something is wrong with them. Oftentimes it's something that is going on around us and it triggers those feelings in us. And so it's always good when we recognize that there's nothing wrong with us, but we may need some added help.
So I don't think we can say, well, it's just all in your head and it's your own fault and you just need to get over it. You know, that's certainly not true. But it is true that at some point we have to make choices about what we're going to do with what's happening to us or whatever.
Depression has played a role in our life. As we may not experience it, others around us do.
I think we underestimate the power of depression. I think people who haven't experienced depression think that it's just a sadness. Oh, you can just you can get over it. Pull yourself out of it. What are you doing? That's not what depression is. Depression is very difficult for the person to pull themselves out of it, and oftentimes they need to either talk to a professional or sometimes take a little bit of medication. And I say that should be the last resort, but sometimes it's needed because it's not something that a person can easily pull themselves out of.
People that's depressed, it's like they view their world as just one person. Like, you know how big Earth is? It's like they just view themselves like they the only person that's like going through this and stuff like that. So that's how they view it.
I think a lot of depressed people may feel alone because it's hard when you're in that headspace to recognize all of the good people that are around you trying to help because you're in like this deep, dark tunnel. But that's when friends and family can help by reassuring the person that they're not alone.
Depression is not something you can physically see. A lot of us overlook it when the signs start to show. Did you ever know someone who is very quiet, didn't say anything, kept to themselves, or someone very loud and obnoxious? These are signs that we overlook.
It's not something that's wrong with us, but it's something that happens around us. So trauma is a negative experience that we don't have the coping skills to manage. It could be death. It could be we had a medical incident, an accident. It could be our parent was incarcerated. It could be separation from our parent. But whatever that is, the person's experience of it outweighs how they're able to manage it. Oftentimes when we have trouble managing things, we can spiral into this depression. And so that's why it's important for us to always recognize the things that we have control over and the things we don't, and to engage in as many positive coping skills as we can, like exercising, talking with friends, journaling, writing music, things like that. It's always good to kind of push and check on the people we love because it's natural for us to want to isolate and be by ourselves when we're depressed. And it's natural for us to think nobody understands, and so we don't want to engage socially. And so it's through the power of friendships and good family members that'll kind of make us engage a little more. And it's hard. It's hard to get someone to do something they don't want to do, but I just encourage people to keep trying.
It's important that we pay attention to the ones that we love so that we can see those signs of depression. Sometimes we have to step back and not be so judgmental and show our loved ones that they are still part of the family, still part of life. And maybe we can save them by doing it.